today I am going to do a 2-week post-op from gastric sleeve update. Today is February 28th and I'm officially at the 3-week mark, so I'm moving on to the next stage, which is the pureed food stage. I hated the soup stage, the liquids stage. I hated it. I didn't realize how much I hated soup until this stage. So in the last video I mentioned that I had the, I don't know what it is, I think it was pumpkin, sweet potato and cumin soup. The more I drank it, the more I hated it. I didn't even finish the whole bag container thing. I got rid of it because it wasn't going down nicely. It was just, it got awful. I did try chicken and corn that I would put through a blender and then I put through a sieve just to make sure all the chunks were gone because it was a chunky soup. That soup would have been good with the chunks, but as a liquid, it was unpleasant. On the last day, so I think on Sunday, so today is Tuesday. On Sunday, I had tomato soup and tomato soup went down really, really well. It has a bit of bitterness to it. It went down a lot better than any of the soups ever had. That's the one, that's the main thing about that second week that got me, was I was refusing to eat. So I lost all energy completely because soups were just disgusting. Soups are gross. I've never been a big soup person other than tomato soup, and at that time I didn't even consider tomato soup. I was like, I need to get the protein in, I'm going to try this stuff. But I think during that phase you just need to focus on getting anything in. So I had my update with my exercise therapist, the dietitian and my nurse yesterday before moving on to the puree stage. Very dehydrated, which I knew I would be, because even though water goes down easier than flavored drinks or like water flavorings or additives and stuff like that, it's still hard to consume a lot of water. This is a 750 ml pump. I'm not using the little SodaStream bottle anymore because it's just not enough. This is not enough. I'm supposed to be consuming between a 1.5 liters to 2 liters of water a day. This is all I barely get through 750 ml. So I don't understand how they expect that much water to be consumed. It's very difficult. It's very difficult. Maybe I just need to get a bigger drink bottle. I don't know. But I found I wake up constantly throughout the night needing to drink because I'm so dehydrated that my mouth just feels, it's so dry. I can't swallow, I can't move it. I purely need something to drink in the middle of the night because I get so overwhelmingly dehydrated. I did slowly incorporate some tea. I went to my local Oriental store and got little sachets of I think it's white milk tea. It's one of the Asian drinks that I like. I've been having 2 teaspoons of that in a small jar with a little bit of hot water to dissolve it, and then I put some milk in. I tried oat milk, but I grabbed the barista oat milk, and because I have IBS, but you can't pinpoint what it's from, the high proteins that are added to barista milk made me very, very sick. It was unpleasant. It wasn't nice. So I'm not touching oat milk again. When I saw the dietitian yesterday, she said that cow's milk is a must. You have to have cow's milk because it has the protein that is needed at this stage. Like at the moment, getting protein in is very important, especially with hair loss. I don't want my hair to fall out, and having as much protein as possible is going to significantly reduce. She said you should not get any hair loss if you're having the right amount of protein. And I think you need about 75 grams of protein a day, which sounds like an awful lot. I've also learnt that even though I haven't, with acid reflux, it's kind of like a burning here apparently. Because I haven't been having that, I haven't been taking the acid reflux medication that was given to me. But apparently I have silent reflux, which is the stomach acids doing something, I don't know, it's doing something, and it's making me very sick. I don't know if I mentioned this in the other video, but I have not been able to leave the house without ending up very, very nauseous, without sweating, without becoming so cranky. And it's the silent reflux that's reacting badly. They said even though if I consume something when I get this feeling, it's not going to fix it's just, I have to take the reflux medication for 2 months because it's supposed to kind of help the stomach catch up with the acids, and the acids are working overtime and there's not enough stomach. Like the stomach is so small that the acids are just piling up, and the medication is supposed to break them down or something like that. I don't completely understand, but for me, that last week has been awful because of the silent reflux. I didn't get the burning in like going down or coming up or whatever reflux does, but I got all of that instead. I've also learnt that I bought the wrong protein powder. So the collagen protein powder, they do encourage to take because of I think it's because of the collagen or something like that. But the protein powder that I'm supposed to get is it's like a pure protein. I don't know how much I'm allowed to say. It's a raw whey protein. It has no flavor. Basically, what she's told me to do now is to put 1.5 scoops of this pure protein powder into 375 mils of milk, and I have to drink one of those every day. Mixing it with something, heat it up with hot Wheat Bix, hot milk in the bowl, have that for breakfast. Or when making, because I've prepared a whole bunch of mashed potato. I've got like raw cooked mashed potato in the freezer, so that when I go to make a meal, I will put, you know, a dash of the milk in, and I'll just like make up the mashed potato going forward. That will go into it as well. Smoothies, she said we can add them to smoothies, and then anything that is left over at the end of the day, I have to drink it. But I can add Nesquik, I can add Milo, drinking chocolate, anything like that to drink it. But I've noticed it adds a weird texture to the milk, so that's going to be fun. Wrong protein powder, technically, still can drink it, but going forward, I need to use this other protein powder, which is so confusing. I've got my laptop propped up on my bookshelf, and surrounding it is just like protein, chews, vitamins. I've got some butter chicken there. That's for next week. And then it's just surrounded by protein powders and vitamins, and it's very overwhelming. Week 2 was very overwhelming. The next stage is for 2 weeks. So I'm on the puree stage for 2 weeks. Thank God for mashed potato. I technically started that yesterday. I wasn't supposed to, but I had mashed potato and gravy for lunch and dinner because mashed potato is one of my favorite things. Mashed potato is easy. You can add gravy to it. I'm planning on doing a butter chicken sauce with it. You can do curry with it. Mashed potato during this stage is going to be very versatile, but I will talk more on that after this phase. Won't do like a week update. I'll probably, once the whole stage is over in 2 weeks, I'll do an update then. But soup stage, hard because I don't like soups. If you like soups, you'll be fine. I like texture. I like chunky soups. That's why I didn't enjoy it, because I like chunky soups. I don't like liquid soups. Including the 3 weeks pre-op, I've lost 15 kilos. I lost 5 in the 3 weeks pre-op diet, and then I've lost 10 in 2 weeks, which seems like a lot for me. It's an awful lot to lose in 2 weeks. But I think most of that is water based. I don't know, but I've lost 15 in total. I have noticed a difference in my skin. Like it's gone soft, like not when you rub it, it's not like rub soft, it's when you like squish it. It's especially my legs, it squishes differently. It's kind of like with a balloon, when you blow a balloon up and you squish it, it's kind of like the squishy, but it's hard. And then when it starts to deflate on its own, it becomes a soft squish. That's how my legs are feeling at the moment. It's very weird. Touching my own skin does not feel the same, which obviously 15 kilos off, obviously it's going to feel different, but I honestly wasn't expecting it to feel different when I touch it. I think my face has changed, like here, which that's one of the things I wanted to change. I wanted my face to change. I feel like I'm squeaking. My voice is squeaking a little bit. But when I look at myself, I can see it's changed. I don't know if it's noticeable by anyone else, but I can see it. My boobs have changed. That I'm sad about. They feel different. They have the same feeling as my legs. They're not the firm soft anymore. They're more like a squishy soft, which it's not. I knew it was going to change. It's not something I was surprised by, but I've always heard that when you lose weight, that comes off your boobs first, and I was a little underprepared for that because I like mine. I haven't noticed anything anywhere else yet. I've just taken my progress photos, so I haven't compared them to the original photos yet. So we'll see if there's a noticeable difference anywhere else that I can't see. As usual, this is going to be a mess. I'm just going to be going on stuff as I remember it because I don't write. Maybe I should start writing things down. I don't know. I have just been advised to take little calcium chew tablets. I don't know why. She didn't really explain why, but I have little calcium chews. They're actually really nice. They're raspberry flavored and they taste like the pink Starburst. So not complaining with that. I do still have the orange multivitamin chews that taste disgusting. She told me I bought too much. I bought a 3-pack because I didn't know how much I needed. So I bought 3, they're like massive bottles. So I've got 3 months worth of these orange yucky vitamin chews when I only needed it for 1 month. And then once you finished the vitamin chews for the 1 month, you move on to vitamin tablets, and then you take 2 vitamin tablets a day for the rest of forever. I'm going to be stuck with these disgusting orange vitamin chews because I don't know how to resell stuff, and I'm not just going to bin them because they're not cheap. But if you're in Australia and you're using the bariatric suggested brand, I still don't know how, the rules around naming brands, but you only need 1 bottle of the chews. I didn't know that, but you only need 1 bottle of the chews. You only have to take the chews for a month, and then you move on to tablets or capsules or whatever it is. I don't know. I'll have to look into it and set up with this company, you can set up a subscription. I need to look into that. I've also, because I have had that acid reflux, I'm actually feeling it a little bit now. I can feel like the acid sitting in my stomach. I have been suggested to grab some acid reflux chewables. So I've got some raspberry chewables. I think I don't know what the brand is. I shouldn't even name the brand anyway. But I've got some raspberry chews when it gets bad. I don't feel so bad now. When I drink water, it generally goes away. So maybe I just need to up my water intake, which I obviously do. But I have those on hand as well. Another thing that came out of the meeting with the nurse is bloods. I need to get some bloods done like as soon as possible. My veins are rather difficult to find on a normal day, but now that I'm already incredibly dehydrated, and they have said after surgery getting blood is very difficult because of the lack of water intake or the struggle for the water intake. I don't like needles. Ironically, I have a lot of tattoos. I don't like needles that mess with my blood. So I can get tattoos, I can do piercings, I can get like injections. Like I need an iron injection and a B12 injection based on my previous results, which they're going to check in these ones. I'm okay with those. What I can't handle is a needle going into my vein and sucking the blood out, because I can feel the blood coming out, and it sends me into panic, and I sweat and I freak out. There is a machine at the hospital that it sits around the neck, and it's a little fan and it blows air on you, and it like the fan makes a white noise sound. I have found that when they did that once, it helped. It distracted me, because usually I'll just sing like the alphabet or something in my head to try and distract myself. But when I went to the nurse, the phlebotomist yesterday, I think that's what they're called, the phlebotomist. I don't know. The lady who takes the blood, she couldn't find a vein. I only have one arm that has one vein that's findable, and she couldn't find it. So that's another 2-week marker for me, at least, is blood tests. And then I think again at the 6-week mark. So I have another appointment in 4 weeks at the 6-week mark where they're going to do more blood. I don't know how I'm going to get blood done if I can't drink enough water to pump up my veins, because you're supposed to have like a liter of water the hour before. I don't know, you're supposed to have a lot of water just before you get bloods done to pump your veins up. I'm struggling with 750 ml on a normal day. I don't know how I'm supposed to, I don't know, but I need to urgently get blood done. Another thing that I learned that I had no idea about is when you're in the healing stage, so I think it's about the first 4 weeks, you can literally do nothing. You can't drive, you can't stretch up, you can't squat down, you can't like twist, you can't do anything. Apparently, how she explained it to me was when they do the surgery, they cut through the muscle. So when you're healing, obviously the muscle has to heal. You want the muscle to heal like this, like where it all interlocks. Apparently, if you are moving around too much, the muscle will heal like this. And then that's when the bulging, a hernia kicks in, and you have to get a surgery to have that removed. So I didn't know that. I have been taking it easy, but I have been driving. I've been doing things I shouldn't be doing, and I now don't know if I've ruined my healing process. Lucky I took 4 weeks off work anyway, but just keep in mind when they say to take it easy, you actually have to take it easy. In saying that, I haven't taken it easy today. I don't like sitting around and doing nothing. I don't like it. I can't just sit down, watch a show and do nothing. I have to be doing something. It does my head in. I don't like sitting around doing nothing. When I spoke to the dietitian, she said, now that we're at the 2-week mark, there's going to be a stabilization with the weight. She told me not to weigh myself for 2 weeks because of this stabilization. And apparently a lot of people get that stuck in their head that because they're not losing weight, they're doing something wrong, and they stop eating. So I'm not allowed to weigh myself for the next 2 weeks purely because of this. I have been weighing myself daily, just watching the numbers change. I guess I won't do another one for 2 weeks, and then I will weigh when I move on to the soft food stage. So this is going to be it for the video. I can't think of anything else. I will be writing down some little notes for the next one just because it will make it easier to remember anything that's going on. Like last time, if you have any questions, feel free to let me know. This is all based on my experience so far. Obviously, everyone's experience is going to be different. This is my experience in Australia. Literally every other country is going to be very different. Let me know if you have questions. I will answer them based on my experience. Bye.